Can I work in Canada on my previously approved work permit if I apply for an extension and my extension application is refused before the expiry of my previous work permit? Topic seems little confusing. Don't worry. I am explaining it to you with an example. For example, you apply for a spouse open work permit inside Canada and it is approved till 30th June 2026. Then you apply for SOWP extension as well and you submitted that application in December 2025. And before the expiry of your current work permit, your new extension application is refused. So in this particular scenario, your previous work permit is still pending for more than 1 month. So in this scenario, can you work based on your previous work permit or your status in Canada is over and you need to reapply for a new work permit by restoring your status? So what is going to be your status in Canada in this particular scenario, and are you allowed to work in Canada in this scenario? To get the answers of all these questions, watch this video till then. Hello everyone, welcome back to this YouTube channel Globextra Immigration. In this video, we are discussing about this weird kind of case where the applicant applied for spouse open work permit way before the expiry of the current work permit. So in this particular scenario, say an example, he applied for SOWP extension on 20th December 2025 and the current work permit is valid till approximately 30 June 2026. So usually people apply for their work permit extensions near to the expiry of the current work permit, but he applied way before the expiry. So in this particular scenario, he got the result even before the expiry of the current work permit. Logically speaking, if any work permit is already approved, it should be considered approved and I should be allowed to work in Canada if my previous work permit is still valid, no matter what kind of result I am getting for my new applications. But there is one more rule which says that as soon as you apply for the extension of the application, you get your maintained status, implied status. And as soon as you get the refusal of your maintained status application, that application of extension, your maintained status is gone and you are considered out of status. So he also got the refusal and it is on 27th of April 2026 and it happened due to the missing documents related to the job of primary applicant. So in this particular scenario, refusal was bound to happen because the primary applicant did not submit the job proofs. Those were not available or they did not submit it. In any scenario, it is bound to be refused and they got the refusal as well. There is no problem in that. They got the right refusal, but the problem was there is one thing written: your temporary resident status expired on 27th April 2026. Now, due to this particular sentence, everyone, whosoever he approached, everyone said that you are now out of status, you cannot work in Canada. His employer asked that you cannot work in Canada. He approached the MP and the PA of the MP said you cannot work in Canada, your status in Canada is over. Next, he called IRCC as well. I guess they also said the same thing. And he tried ChatGPT as well. I also tried ChatGPT to get the answer because logically, he should be able to work in Canada if his previous permit is valid. But I wanted to see what ChatGPT is going to say because I also wanted to get the proof of it. Documentary proof, website proof, web page proof, where it is clearly mentioned that if you get the refusal of extension application and you get it before the current work permit, in that case your permit is going to stay, your previous permit is going to stay. So I found it finally, I'm going to show it to you, but because of lack of that particular document, everyone is saying, including ChatGPT, it is saying that you are not allowed to work in Canada, you are out of status, restore your status and apply for a new permit. So this was the scenario. Then we found that proof and I shared that screenshot as well, I shared the link as well, and I asked him to start fighting because as per the documentary proof, logically I am very clear. If my previous work permit is valid, I should be able to work on that work permit. It is valid. If visa officer is specifically going to say that your previous permit is also going to be invalid, and I asked him to check GC key as well for the previous application, and in GC key it is still showing as valid. So if GC key will show it invalid, in that case I would consider that his previous work permit is invalid now and he cannot work in Canada. But his previous work permit is still valid in GCK. So visa officer did not invalidate the previous work permit. It is still valid. And this particular thing which is written here in this refusal letter, it is just a template. Visa officer did not consider all the scenarios and his previous permit to give this refusal and to write this particular sentence in the refusal letter. So to the best of my understanding and knowledge and the proofs available to me, you should not stop working no matter what people are saying, no matter what MP is saying, no matter what your employer is saying, no matter what customer care executive of that call center is saying, no matter what ChatGPT is saying, does not matter to me. For me, the rule is above everything, and there is a rule which states that this is the permit. I am going to show it to you. His permit is valid till 22nd June 2026. This is his permit which is still valid, and this is that particular website I found. And when I shared this website with ChatGPT was arguing with me that it is not allowed, you cannot work, you are already out of status, visa officer wrote it for you. When I shared this link and this screenshot, then ChatGPT turned the decision. Then everything was in favor that yes, you are allowed to work and you can work on the previous work permit as well. It is not going to be invalidated. Then everything was fine. So yes, you cannot really rely on the people. Even if everyone is saying the same thing, it may be wrong. It may happen. It has happened in past as well. I have seen a particular scenario. Let me share that as well with you. There was one student got PG work permit refusal, but the study permit was still valid till December 2026. And that student got the refusal after 90 days of getting course completion letter. There is a rule which states that if you get your refusal after 90 days of course completion letter, you are considered out of status automatically, even if your study permit is still valid. But in the refusal letter, visa officer did not mention this particular thing. Visa officer wrote that you still maintain a status in Canada. Again a template. Visa officer did not consider a particular rule in that scenario which states that after 90 days of getting your course completion letter, you are automatically out of status, even if your study permit is still valid. So this is a particular scenario. The same thing happened in this scenario as well. So visa officer writing something is not that you can follow just blindly, because there are things which are above and beyond whatever is written in your refusal letter. So don't follow everything blindly. In that case as well, I asked the person to restore the status and then apply for PG work permit. Otherwise, next time you are going to get the refusal because you have crossed 90 days of time after getting course completion letter, you are automatically considered out of status no matter what your refusal letter says. Even if your refusal letter is saying that you are still maintaining the status in Canada because you have a study permit which is valid till December 2026, it is absolutely wrong. That's why we consultants came into picture by knowing all the rules, with our experience and past applications. We know that this is wrong. It should not happen, and it can lead to so many big problems to you. And next time your application can be refused because you did not know about that particular rule, or you just followed the previous refusal letter blindly. So here as well, my argument, my take on this particular situation is, yes, you are allowed to work in this particular scenario as well, no matter what everyone is saying. Because even the customer care center of IRCC, they also follow the same system blindly. Whatever is written on website, they just follow it. And on the website it is written, as soon as your extension application is refused, your maintained status is gone, you are considered out of status. And they don't care about other rules, additional rules, subsidiary rules. They don't consider anything of them. So here as well, it is clearly mentioned, if your application for a work permit is approved, an immigration document will be sent to you. If your application is refused, you can only stay in Canada until the expiry date of your current temporary resident status. So it says that you can still stay in Canada maintaining your previous temporary resident status. And my previous application, my previous permit says that it is a work permit, and as it is a work permit, I am allowed to work as well. Let's take one more scenario as well. Recently someone approached me that I am right now in TRU and I have taken a bachelor's degree there. I want to shift to a diploma in Vancouver. If I am going to apply for a new study permit to change my DLI, in that case, if I get the refusal of my new study permit, will I be allowed to study on the same study permit in TRU or not? My answer was yes. Refusal of a new extension application inside Canada for a study permit to change DLI will not revoke the status of your previous study permit. You can still study on your previous study permit. You can keep studying. You can reapply as well, or you can complete your bachelor's degree in TRU. It will not be impacted. So logically as well and in writing as well, you are allowed to stay, you are allowed to work depending upon the permit you are carrying, and there should not be any problem even if your new application is refused. So this is my take on this particular application. I hope I have made myself clear with a documentary proof. I'll share the link in description as well. If you are also in this kind of situation, want to discuss your case, I also try to do the best of my research and try to come up with the solutions for a difficult situation with documentary proofs. This is what I do. That's why I make this type of videos, and that's why my videos are little boring. They are long as well, but they are impactful. They are going to clear your doubts and they are really going to help you in any of the scenarios. If you also want to apply with me for PGWP, SOWP or PR applications, these are the charges quite nominal. PGWP or PGWP extension 100 CAD, SOWP extension 350. Kit extension $100, TRV just $100, refusal restoration. In any case, you are in this kind of scenario, I can help you in this scenario depending upon the complexity of the case. And finally, I'll try that you maintain your status in Canada, you stay in Canada through PGWP extension, through SOWP extension, which are the most critical applications, so that you get 3 years of stay in Canada. These applications, PGWP, SOWP extension, make your $40,000 which you have spent in Canada on your study. They are going to make worth of the entire amount which you have spent in Canada. So that's why these applications are the most crucial applications for you. They will give you 3 years of stay in Canada, and ultimately after getting your experience, it will lead to PR for you. I can help you in PR application as well. If you are also in this kind of critical situation, you can also book a consultation with me. You can call me, you can discuss your case, and I'll try to help you as much as possible. If you have crossed this kind of situation, if you have already got PG work permit, SOWP extension, in that case, you must be planning for your Canada PR. This is a must watch video, must watch it. It is going to help you in planning for your Canada PR. And if you are in a situation to apply for PGWP and SOWP extension, in that case, this is the video, must watch it. It is going to help you in your scenario for PGWP and SOWP. If you have any questions related to this particular topic, please leave your questions in the comment, or you can ping me on my WhatsApp number as well. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. See you in next video.